Today we are going to see the novel The Vicar of Wakefield by Oliver Goldsmith. Today we are going to see the character sketches of this novel. The first character, the Vicar. Charles Primrose is his name. He is the protagonist and the narrator of this novel. He is virtuous, intelligent, moral and religious person. He has many difficult times with the many misfortunes in his family, suffered a lot but learned the values of fortitude by the end of the novel. Sometimes referred to as Dr. Primrose. The next character, Deborah Primrose. She is the wife of Dr. Primrose. She is smart and independent, supports a family in all the ways. She is particularly prideful of her daughters. Next, George Primrose, the vicar's eldest son, graduate at Oxford. He is an educated but native young man. He also failed a lot in his life but does confirm his virtue and good characters. Olivia Primrose. She is a gorgeous lady, eldest daughter and the second child of Vicar. She concerned more about her social status. She almost ruined her reputation through the relationship with Squire Thornhill. Next, Sophia Primrose, the vicar's second daughter and third child in the family. She is very less vapid than her sister, but she also cares his social status. She is clever. She falls in love with Mr. Burchell. Moses Primrose, the vicar's second eldest son and the fourth child. He is kind but gullible. Dick and Bill, the vicar's young sons. See the picture? Vicar's young sons. Arabella Wilmot, George's fiancée, the beginning of the novel. She is elegant and modest. Even though she was fooled to accept the marriage proposal of Squire Thornhill, she remains devoted to George. Mr. Wilmot, father of Arabella Wilmot. He is proud of his wealth. See the man how he sits and be proud enough of his wealth. Mr. Burchell, a handsome and intelligent person himself as a penniless young man. He marries Sophia after he reveals his true identity at the end. He supports the Primrose family. Next, the great man, Squire Thornhill. Squire Thornhill, nephew to Sir William Thornhill. He is a landlord. He tricks the Vicar family and seduces Olivia. He has connected with several women in this way and sold them to work as prostitutes. Sir William Thornhill, he is a landlord, uncle to Squire Thornhill. He plays an important role in this novel. Ephraim Jenkinson, a trickster, Jenkinson builds the Vicar and Moses out of their horses before later reforming to act as the Vicar's confidant and assistant in prison. The next character, Mr. Arnold, the wealthy master of the house where the Vicar has lunch after accepting the invitation of Mrs. Arnold Butler, who pretending to be the master. Mr. Arnold is also Arabella Wilmot's uncle. Lady Blarney. Lady Blarney is one of the fashionable ladies the Squire brings to the Primrose family to impress them. She later turns out to be the disreputable and abandoned lady of town. Farmer Williams. Farmer Williams is a kind and amiable neighbor of the Primrose family. Knowing his feelings for Olivia, Deborah uses him as leverage to push the Squire into proposing to her. After the scheme fails, Farmer Williams and Olivia are engaged until she runs away. The butler. The Arnold family servant pretends to be Mr. Arnold himself and invites the Vicar to lunch at the house, where he reveals political opinions. When the Vicar pleads for Mr. Arnold not to fire him, the butler acts as an ally to the Vicar. That's all, guys.